He was born white, but says he's Filipino. This 10 News story is making headlines around the world, picked up by the Daily Mail, the New York Post, and USA Today. Thousands of people are commenting and clicking on this story. So we got the idea from an episode of Dr. Phil, which airs here on 10 News. This man says he's transracial. It's a term that's picking up steam. It may remind you about this woman, Rachel Dolezal. Remember her? She's the woman who was born white but portrayed as black and led the NAACP in Washington.
Would you identify yourself as an African American?
I actually don't like the term African American. I prefer black. And I would say that if I was asked, I would definitely say that yes, I do consider myself to be black.
10 News reporter Garen Flowers joins us now, and you met with this person who was born white but believes that he is Filipino. There are just so many questions here. Things like, why, how, and the biggest one for many of us is how will he be treated in society?
Catalina, this has been quite the story. I didn't expect the huge reaction it got, even though it is a pretty interesting topic. Those are all questions that have been posed on social media, also here in the newsroom. And I interviewed a man named Adam who was born Caucasian, but now he told me he believes inside he feels like he's Filipino and is in the process of changing his name to Yadu. For now, this is not a widespread trend. I had to go all the way, I had to find him all the way in New Orleans, but he's an interesting character nonetheless.
Whenever I'm around the music, I'm around the food, I feel like I'm in my own skin. I'd watch the History Channel sometimes for hours, whenever it came to that, and nothing else intrigued me more, but things about Filipino culture.
So what about this category, transracial?
That word is so interesting. You mentioned that we heard about it on Dr. Phil, so I looked into it, and through my research, I found that the term was normally used to describe a couple of a person or a couple of a certain race adopting a baby of another race. But now, after the Rachel Dolezal story, is associated with identifying with a different ethnicity. Now, he's part of a growing group of people, more than 50 in his Facebook group.
I had to make sure that it wasn't just me, because if it's just me, then there must be something wrong, or maybe I'm just strange. So I created the group in hopes of getting our message out in a bottle, and people started to join.
All right, so Garen, you've had a lot of time to work on this and to learn more about being transracial. So how do you think society and different institutions will handle this identity of transracial?
So that's the biggest thing. A psychologist I spoke to said that we shouldn't be offended by this if there's no harm being done, but that's the problem. Your race can make you more marketable and in some cases eligible for certain benefits, jobs, and scholarships. I did a quick Google search of ethnic scholarships, and the Filipino scholarship was the second option that came up for me, so it was pretty high up there. And he knows this can be a problem, but says he's not trying to take advantage of anything.
I believe people will, just like other people have taken advantage of their identity to get their way. But the difference between me and them, Garen, is that I don't want that. I think that I believe that we all have the freedoms to pursue happiness in our own ways.
And Catalina, our conversation did not stop there. We talked about a lot, and my jaw was dropped for a lot of it. He talks about where he got his name Yadu and how he worries about his mother's reaction, which she might know now after this story. So people can go online to our website, WTSP.com, and find this story to get those answers. Or you can also watch it on your phone on our free app.
All right, and let us know what you think about all of this. You can join the conversation on our Facebook page, 10 News WTSP.